One of the hardest things to understand in One Piece is the intentions and goals of Red Hair, Shanks. Why did Shanks give his hat to Luffy? And how he was able to enter the headquarters of the world government? And many questions about Shanks will be answered in this video. Now we will answer the most difficult questions about Shanks. What are Shanks' goals and intentions? To answer this question, we have to question ourselves some questions and then connect the answers with each other. First, why did Shanks give Luffy his hat? And as we know that the hat is dear to Shanks because this hat was given to him by his leader, Roger. To answer this question, we must put two possibilities. The first is that Shanks believed in the idea of a prophecy boy, the Joy Boy, behind in Luffy that he was similar to Roger. Same ambition, same dreams, same Will Roger, so he gave his hat to Luffy. If we remember what Shanks told Rayleigh when they met, that Luffy has the same dream as Roger, the dream that we know nothing about, the dream that makes everyone who hears it laugh. If we remember the first time Luffy told us about his dream, when he was with Ace and Sabo, and each of them screams and says about his dream. When Luffy's turn came, the waves came, and we didn't hear what Luffy's dream was. Then we saw Sabo laughing and saying to Luffy, "You're an interesting boy. This dream is the same as Roger." So did Roger ambition pass on to Luffy? Shanks saw this thing in Luffy. Shanks' ambition is to make Luffy the Pirate King. For me, this possibility is half true, and the other text is wrong. The second possibility is about Shanks. That's why Luffy gave the hat and motivated Luffy to be the Pirate King. He says this possibility. Shanks wants to motivate Luffy to become the Pirate King and then betray him. Proponents of this theory want to talk like this after they saw Shanks enter the headquarters of the world government and talk to them as if he was a friend and not an enemy or a pirate. But I'm not with this theory at all, and I have several reasons. First, Oda is not a novice writer. Oda is one of the best writers in the world of animation. He's not too stupid to explain something to us, like Shanks is an easily evil person. Secondly, we all know Shanks, a smart person. Why doesn't he manipulate the world government and manipulate them to reach his goals? What are Shanks' goals? That's what I'm going to tell you in this video. Now let me tell you my point of view about Shanks' personality and what his goals and ambitions are with evidence that will convince everyone. But before we start, subscribe to the channel and click like to the video because it helps the video to reach more and more people. Now I'm going to tell you who Shanks is, but don't be shocked and go straight to the comments section and start cursing me before hearing my words to the end. Shanks is one of the Celestial Dragons. I know some are shocked at this moment, but let me explain to you the reasons why I say that Shanks is one of the Celestial Dragons. But that doesn't mean Shanks is an evil person. First, how can a character like Shanks in the Marineford War intervene and end the war so easily? Strangely enough, Sengoku said to Shanks, "I will end this war for you." Who is Shanks to end the war to him? Sengoku. The Navy can finish Whitebeard and Blackbeard and end the danger of Teach after he has two fruits. But they didn't do it for Shanks. Second, how did he enter the headquarters of world government and talk to leaders as if he were their friend? Thirdly, Shanks' past. It also appeared to us in the anime that Roger found Shanks in a box, and this box has a lot of treasure inside. And how Roger cared more about Shanks than Baggy. And if you remember that Roger told Shanks about something that made Shanks cry. Did Roger tell Shanks about his origin and how his parents killed the heavenly dragons at the hands of Zebik de Rocks? But is Shanks a bad person like the rest of the heavenly dragons? What are Shanks' goals and ambitions? That's what I'm going to answer now. What are Shanks' goals? Shanks' goal is simply One Piece. Shanks is an ambitious person who has a conqueror's haki. Even Shanks, after Roger's execution, told Baggy he had to go with him because he would sail and be a strong crew. Will Shanks leave all his ambition for Luffy? Luffy knows that. And when Lau told Luffy that they must ally to topple Kaido, Luffy said that the 4 Yonko would fall, even Shanks. Luffy knows to be the Pirate King he will find Shanks on the way. Luffy wants to prove to Shanks that he is the boy of prophecy and that he will reach One Piece. And Shanks will fight with Luffy. And after Luffy defeats Shanks, Shanks will make sure that Luffy is the most deserving to One Piece. When Luffy fights with Shanks, that doesn't mean they're enemies. But for the world to know who the Pirate King is, they must fight. I want to give you some logical evidence why Usopp left his wife and his son Usopp and went with Shanks. There must be an ambition for Shanks to convince people to go with him. Even Luffy, when he was forming his crew, was saying he wanted to be the Pirate King. Zoro Security and Luffy, and all the Straw Hat crew believed in Luffy, so they went with him. After all, the video remains just a theory of right and wrong. But if you think a little about the words I said in this video and compare it with any other theory on YouTube, you will find that my words are more logical with logical evidence. Tell me in the comments section, did the theory convince you? And if yes, and you have some additions, tell us about them. And if not, tell us why. In the end, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are a fan of One Piece or the world of movies and series. Peace.